With more power comes less grip. But if you work hard, you play hard, don't you? So this is the aftermath. So guys, it's not very often I get to talk. Why going at you? What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the NV Motorsport channel. Typical day today, N55s. If you know our channel, you know we love our N55s. This one's in for stage 2. What the more common these days. There's guys building their own cars, so they'll go to a local BMW specialist and get stuff fitted. I mean, this guy's got a upgraded charge pipe and an intercooler on there, but I can already see the charge pipe ain't even seated properly, circlip's not on. Heavens forbid what they would have done with the downpipe fit, but it is what it is. It's here. Let's give it a once over before we get tuning. We have covered N55 tuning loads, so I'll leave a link up there to a couple of cars that we've done, similar setup, similar stage 2. Let's see what this one does today. Already not a good start. You showed on the inspection. Fair few things that I would change on this car, advisories, but it's failed on the diagnostics. As you guys know, we give every car a full inspection and diagnostics when it comes in. This one's got a fault in the ECU, DME protection against tampering. Now, if you guys remember a couple of episodes ago, I was absolutely fuming because someone bought a car in and it was already tuned and they didn't tell us. Now, if this car ends up being a tuned car and it's used a certain tool and we use another tool to program it, you can actually break the ECU completely and we can't tune the car. Not a good start. It couldn't get any worse. Look at the state of the stock cat. Absolutely disintegrated in there. That shows, well, it's probably telltale signs that the car has been tuned and someone's tuned it in a way that it's increased EGT so much it's melted the stock cat. Now, these guys out here who are tuning these vehicles, I always say the N55s need that TLC. They need someone who knows what they're doing with the N55s. There's no active EGT sensors on the car, so you've got to be very careful with your fueling and your timing, especially when you're running stock hardware. But anyway, he's got a sports cat. As I said before, he has provided some clamps and gasket, which belong to another car because they don't fit this car. So yeah, sports cat's going on and we'll inspect the rest of the car. So don't know if you guys can see, can you throw in some footage? Basically, the lambda sensor is touching on the steering rack, and that is a very common thing with a part that's coming from the Far East or the Far West. Now, there's a reason why we design, develop and manufacture here in the UK. It's for these kind of cars, the right and drive cars. Obviously, this downpipe isn't meant for a right and drive car where the steering rack comes in, and that's why the lambda sensor is fouling on the actual rack itself. So we're gonna have to make a bit of modifications. So yeah, that's a fact. CTS Sports Cat does not fit on a right and drive car without modification. Now, as we're looking at around the rest of the car, he's already had the charge pipe fitted somewhere else and it's not seated properly. Now, we've got to take that off and check it's actually got a internal rubber seal before this car goes on the dyno. So Guys, there's a reason why we supply and fit parts. There's a reason why we build an N55 package and a B58 package, etc. It's because we use tried and tested parts that we know will fit right and last forever. And that's the whole point of our packages. So if you guys need any N55 stuff, give us a call before you go somewhere else.
Now what are you doing, Mabz?
Well, I always doing it. Fix other people's
Yep.
Oh, God. There was a time, yeah, when on these cars, to actually program the ECU, you had to take the intake manifold off, take the ECU out, drill through the casing, get the boot pin, and then read and write to the car every time. That was crazy, isn't it?
Mad.
So we should appreciate the times we're in now, where we've got good communication, good data logging with the N55s, and that's why we are where we are today, with the world's fastest N55s. Do you know why the actual catalytic converter's imploded?
Right.
It's got some level of tuning on there, but it's got a massive flame map on it.
Oh.
Someone's chucked a flame map on a 135i with the stock catalytic converter on there and expect it to survive. This is shocking.
Remind them why they need to get it down to Henry.
No, I don't need to remind them, they've just seen it. So that's the BMW update just done to this car. Pain in the ass because it adds like hour and a half to 2 hours backing up ECUs, going through software, updating it. It's not easy, but it's hard work. It's hard work, isn't it? But if you work hard, you play hard, don't you? This is beginning to happen in every vlog. What's going on? This one had a modified ECU and gearbox, and it ran like but it is what it is. Part and parcel of the game, apparently. That's what you just said. But anyway, I think it's lunchtime. Let's go get some lunch, and let's go pick up my my other car. We bought a new car, and it was a remote control car, but we're going to pick up the one that kind of got into a bit of a RTA. We didn't cover it, but I was at Santa Pod at the weekend trying to beat my time. With these sticky tyres, but with more power comes less grip. And that is a fine balance in this world, and you guys out there know how difficult it is to launch a rear-wheel drive car, let alone with almost 1,000 Newton meters. But the G80 did well. I mean, we could possibly stick on some stickier tyres, kind of go for a full drag setup. But at this moment in time, I think we're going to start concentrating on the 100 to 200s, obviously hybrid turbo development. Whether we do it on this car or another car, you'll have to wait and see. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, because we've got some big news coming soon. It's all good working hard, isn't it? It's been a hard day today, isn't it? We don't actually capture everything. You guys see only like snippets of the day, and it's mad because we try and focus on one car, but like there's been like 4 cars today, and all this in is a 1 Series and maybe our RC car. Guys, I've had this G80 M3 for over a year now. I did do a review, so if you want to know what it's like to drive and the modification process that we went through with the car, I'll leave a link up there for you guys to go check that out. Here we are, mate, at the RC hospital. We take your
RC cars.
Yeah, but when they're unwell, when they need operation.
Don't run it over again. This is all the bits that were broken.
No way. Look at the box of bits.
I mean, obviously we've replaced everything that we could see that was damaged. So you have still got the odd mark on it.
Yeah, it was hardly anything. It did like 5 minutes of driving, didn't it?
Yeah.
So this is the aftermath. Mr. Shoeblack, I'll blame you for this, egging me on. This is like the KW of RC cars, mate. KW, if you're listening, make some RC shocks. people turn the cameras off during lunch break and enjoy their lunch, not us. We love our lunch breaks and we love showing you guys what we get up to in the half an hour that we get allocated.
Go on, send it then.
Bit of jokes.
I'm in school again in the little bush shot figure.
We're in school, yeah. As soon as it started raining, you used to get in the huts, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a beautiful skate park here. We've got two beasts. Obviously, mine's has been the new one's been
the new one. My one, yeah.
Shocks.
Bad boy.
Times has seemed to have adopted my old one. I don't know how he's managed that, but we've got the cameras strapped on there. So let's have some fun.
You sent it.
Oh, I go into you.
You sent it.
It's like, you know what it's like? It's like Crofts. You know when you're running with your dog? Wait!
Man's doing a cuffs walk.
Here boy!
Yeah. Whoa! Sick. Sick, you're going that sick. Nah,
Did you see that alley?
Mabz has turned into Kevin Talbot overnight. That's the first thing that was going to happen, Times. That was the first.
I did tell you, mate. That man ain't going to stick on there. It was fun, wasn't it? I told you work hard, you've got to play harder. Anyway, we've got a car to tune still. So yeah, let's see what we can do. And there we have it, guys. NVM stage 2 mapping with XHP stage 3 gearbox mapping with charge pipe, intercooler and sports cat, 402 brake horsepower, 612 newton meters of torque. Turbocharger on this was a bit spiky. I did have to reduce the overall duty cycle with the wastegate, but nonetheless, nice and repeatable, nice and savage. Normally we take it on road, innit?
Yeah.
Do some flybys, drive-bys. I'm sure you guys have seen more than enough M135i's.
Can we go playing with cars?
Let's go back to playing with cars. So I hope everyone enjoyed that vlog today. There are a few things that I do want to address. So guys, it's not very often I get to talk. And when I say talk, I mean a lot of you guys may be new to our channel and have seen the latest vlogs and our format of what we do and how we do things. It's not always fun and games, and it's very rarely do we get to chat on a one-to-one basis. And I want to talk about what's been going on as of late. Obviously, the world is in an uncertain state, and we live in a world where things change rapidly, dramatically. Cost of living, cost of working, cost of going to work is all increasing on a daily basis. We all have different coping mechanisms, and me personally, the cars, the performance, the racing, the quarter miles is what makes it easier for me to cope with the daily stresses of life. For example, in today's video, you might have seen the RC car, us taking a break away from the workshop, away from the day-to-day business activities to go spend a bit of time and enjoy ourselves. And that's what it's all about. I started this channel in all honesty, about 10 years ago, we weren't as active as we were till late. And in the last 12 months, with the help of Times Media, we have captured a lot of content for you guys at home. And I say that because there's a lot of content that hasn't been published. There's a lot of content that we haven't produced itself, but we have been working behind the scenes so hard just to get a channel out there for you guys. Now, I would appreciate it for you guys who have stuck by this long in the video to hit that subscribe button and give us a comment below as to what you think of our videos, and also a bit of feedback on what you think of what we're doing. Now, with that said, I've actually invested a lot of time into this channel. And yes, it's a bit disheartening sometimes when some videos don't do well and we don't get the subscribers that we want, but we try and stay consistent to what we do. Obviously, it's been a long journey. It's going to be our 12-year anniversary next week, and I have to say thanks to all of you guys supporters out there, all of the staff who've come and gone, all of our friends and family who've got us this far. Everything we do on a daily basis is what I love to do, and I appreciate everything that I have today. Now, if you want to see the journey, we did do a short documentary style vlog on the journey of Envy Motorsport up until a couple of years ago, and we will be revisiting that in the future. I've also done a couple of podcasts with various different channels, so if you go search for them, you can find out what we do and how we did things to begin with. So yes, we have got so much planned for the next 12 months. I'll tell Times to throw in a little preview as to what we're up to. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Don't matter if you cast for the road or tracks. Mexico on the lanes, or Donington doing up laps. Man, I got Mabz, doing up max, maximum power, can't get gaps.